Good morning! Day 50 of hiking the Appalachian Trail in 100 days. Nice, smooth, easy section of trail right here, which hasn't been quite this easy first few miles this morning, but exciting news is that I just passed the official halfway point of the AT at mile 1098.7. So I'm now more than halfway done, and that is occurring just at the beginning of day 50. So right on track, and actually just a tiny bit ahead of track, which is fantastic. Honestly, fairly boring day so far today. Actually am encountering a few rocks here now, but up to this point the trail has been rather smooth, and have encountered some bits of elevation, but I've been cruising through them, and somehow it doesn't feel like I'm going this fast, but in 4 hours I did 13.4 miles, so that's just over 3.3 miles per hour on average, which is outstanding for me. And yeah, not really any views or anything today so far. Just kind of been in the woods. Did see some little baby deer, which was cool, and some adult deer as well. But gonna stop in a few miles at a little state park and take my break for the day. I think they should have, or it shows they have some sort of food available, so they have like a snack bar or concessions type thing. Might try to get something there. Recently I've been thinking, when I hit places where I can buy some food like snacks or something, even though ice cream or candy or something is great, I should focus more on protein, I think, because that's definitely something I can do better in, or just add to, and that would actually benefit me, just because I think I'm getting a reasonable amount of protein in my typical daily food. I calculated it's around 130, 140 grams, which is okay for me, but I think I would like to be, or try to be ideally, closer to 1 gram per pound of body weight, which would be more like 170, 180. I think the 1 gram per pound of body weight is more, if you're trying to gain muscle, that's kind of the guideline that's given. So for me right now, I'm not trying to gain muscle, I'm just trying to maintain it, but I am doing a lot of physical activity that is likely breaking down muscle at some point. So I think being a little bit closer to that 1 gram per pound of body weight wouldn't be bad. So I came down a little side trail to Chimney Rocks here. Big boulders here overlooking the valley a little bit. Honestly, one of the only views I've had today. It's been a pretty boring, I guess, day. Nice looking lake down there. Only have about 1.5 miles left to camp, and it's only about 3 o'clock now, so we'll be there pretty early, but not really any point in going much further because I only have a few miles in total tomorrow, less than 10, so just gonna hang out at camp again and relax and rest up for the 4-state challenge in 2 days. And the sun actually just came out some, which is one of the first times I've seen it today. It was out a little bit earlier, but not all that much. It's been pretty cloudy, It did drizzle some this morning while I was packing up the tent and then the first few miles on the trail, but really nothing too bad to speak of. So I made it to the shelter a little bit ago, and I just wanted to kind of show what this shelter is and campsite, because it's honestly one of the nicest I've been at, especially in Pennsylvania. So the AT is right here, so the shelter is really close to the trail, which is nice. Not all the shelters are. There's a privy and bear box there. I just used the privy. It's pretty nice. There's toilet paper and hand sanitizer in there. And then there's a little fire ring with some benches here. And there's two little shelters. They're both pretty small, but they're nice looking. And they're kind of funny. There's one that says snoring and one that says non-snoring. And then there's some tent sites over there in the trees. My tent's set up back there. You probably can't really see it right there. And there's some picnic tables and a pavilion with a picnic table. There's a bear pole over there. And behind the shelters there's some clotheslines. So really a lot of stuff here. You can see my tent now over there. And then there's some awesome water sources over here, which are better than most in Pennsylvania, and they're pretty close to the shelters. So like I said, there's a nice little stream here. I think it's the Tumbling Run, which the Tumbling Run shelters are named for. And the shelters are just back that direction about 100 yards. And then just up here, there is a spring as well, which is super nice and really cold. Already got some water from here earlier, and has some super awesome flow as well, which you'll see in a second. So here's the spring flowing super nicely. You can fill up your bladders pretty quickly, and that nice drop lets you really fill it all the way full. So Tumbling Run shelters, pretty awesome shelter and campsite and amenities in my opinion. Got here about 3:30 in the afternoon and just been relaxing, eating my dinner, and enjoying the afternoon and evening in the tent for the evening. And like I said, kind of boring day today just because really wasn't much to see, and didn't see that many other hikers either, but did pass the halfway point on the AT this morning, which was really exciting, and did 25.8 miles today. I ended at the Tumbling Run shelters at mile 1121.5. The weather was fairly nice. It was pretty much overcast the whole day, but didn't really rain much. Like I said, it drizzled a little bit this morning, but that wasn't a big deal at all. And wasn't really too hot or anything, and feels nice in the tent. It's not too hot in the tent or anything either, so hopefully we'll get a good night's sleep tonight, and looking forward to getting into town tomorrow for resupply.